All right, welcome to episode 135 of Those Millennials podcast. Today I am your humble, grateful, extremely thankful host, especially thankful because of this year, what's going on with the time of year is host, K, the class I'm here, my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. Rell's here. Rell's, how you doing? How you feeling?
It's Gucci, man.
How's your pockets? How's your mental health? Everything up and up?
Yup, everything's on the up.
So we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Please, I appreciate. I think we all both appreciate everybody that reached out to us and told us that they missed us last week. Um, Obviously, if you can't tell, I'm still not 100%, but we're here for the sake of content and for the sake of YouTube algorithm. We are here. We got to get the job done by any means necessary, and this is where we at. Programming note. Next week, obviously, it's Thanksgiving, so we might have a pod Wednesday instead of Thursday. Hopefully, for you guys for those of you who are traveling, you'll have us to listen to when your travels. If you're on the plane, that long, boring ass car ride to LA or Vegas or Texas or wherever you're driving to. So yeah, so just be on the lookout for us. We will be still dropping a pod. I know a lot of your other pods won't be having pod next week. So for sure, we got you. We got y'all. But like I always like to do, I like to thank everybody for the listens. Oh, I want to big a huge shout out since we didn't record last week. Big a huge shout out for Matt G for coming on the pod. We appreciate
Definitely.
you coming on, man. Thank you. It was actually pretty cool timing because if I remember correctly and if memory serves, he came on before Kyrie got suspended, right?
Mm-hmm.
He came on before, and he said the NBA or Adam Silver should suspend him. So Matt might have saw something. He might have saw something, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy now that it's literally been 2 weeks, and now obviously the list of stuff that was on the list that they told Kyrie needs to get through in order to get back on the court. Apparently, he's reaching completion, so we'll most likely see Kyrie back with his team in the Nets jersey on Sunday. Who they play against Sunday?
Memphis.
Memphis. Oh, that's a loss anyway. Um, Wait, Memphis is hurt. Maybe we'll see. Um, but yeah, like I said, thank you. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to click the thumbs up, share it. If you're listening to us on iTunes, Apple Podcast, Spotify, thank you. Don't forget to rate the pod and leave a comment. Thank you. All right, man. So 2 weeks went by and the news cycle went crazy. So like, obviously, we're not going to be able to get to a lot of the stuff that is piled up, but we're going to try our best to get to the stuff that we feel like is pressing. Obviously, we're going to get to Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. We're going to save that towards the end for those who don't want the beginning of the pod spoiled, because obviously we're going to do spoilers, and I know it's only been a week, but I know a lot of people don't like to go see the first week because they feel like the first week is kind of too crazy. Are you one of those, real? You go to the movies the week of and the day of. It depends on the movie, all right?
Yeah, I went. I went Monday. Just because I had a timing issues, but I went Monday. But I like going first weekend though. I mean, I like to get in when like there's no people in there. So Monday, right after work, there's nobody in there.
Okay. All right, but so first and foremost, we're gonna start the pod with how we always do, which are our short, brief NFL segment. Rell's gonna do his picks. First and foremost, I do. People were asking this, so this is my only thing I'm gonna say about the Colts. I am done with this NFL season. I am not joking. I stand by this. I'm done, but I am happy because motherfuckers on these shows was killing my man Jeff Saturday, and I get it. Don't blame Jeff Saturday.
No, they don't
Don't
blame
blame
him.
Jeff Saturday.
Don't blame
You
him.
can blame Jim Irsay. I agree with that.
But why did Gary Brackett not get the job? Why did Vontae Davis? Why did Marlon Jackson?
Hey, Rel, if somebody asked for you to run the MCU, what are you gonna say?
I'm gonna run it.
Okay, exactly.
It's not Jeff Saturday's fault. We're mad
exactly.
at the
That's all I'm
system.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
But the only thing that makes it bad about Jeff Saturday, he just has this fucking what was like this all shucks thing about it, where it's like, nah, nigga, you know what this about, bro.
He has this all shucks thing going on.
Like Gary Brackett couldn't do it. Terry Glenn, you know,
You're just naming random
Jim
Colt players.
Sorgi, you know,
Bob Sanders,
Brandon
Bob
Stokely,
Sanders.
you
Bob
know,
Sanders.
Dallas Clark didn't want the job.
No. Shout out to him for getting his first win, man. And I hope, I pray they play the Philadelphia Eagles this week. So
Do me a
the
favor.
cast is a little different off a loss, but it's a short week for them. So, you know, we'll see how that goes.
Do me a favor.
So we'll see how that one goes. Rell, so you said you went 3-0 in your last pick. So like give the listeners your picks for this week.
It's a kooky week.
What week are we at?
Week 11. We're to week 11. So, you know, I'm just going to stick with the trend. So I'm going to go with Rams +3. You know, they're dogs. They're losing like shit. And, you know, I don't really trust them. Jets +3.5. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The terrible podcast.
Mute yourself before the sneeze?
No, I was fucking choking. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. That's embarrassing. But anyways, Jets +3.5, and then Giants -3. So let me give it to you again. Rams +3, Jets +3, Giants -3. That's the parlay.
How much capital should somebody spend on this? Their house, their mortgage, their whole
bet at
paycheck?
your own risk. I mean, I always tell people, if you want to bankroll and learn how to bet one game really big. Like bet the game. One of those games, read up on it. Bet the one that you like individually. Don't just parlay it, because parlays are fucking sticking your hand in the bag of snakes.
Basically. All right, Rell, give it to me, man. I know you've been playing it constantly. KD3, and we're talking about King's disease, because we're gonna get to the other KD in a little later. King disease 3.
Epic.
The dynamic duo is back. Hit Boy, Nas. What'd you think of the album? And is this the best of the KD? We're not counting Magic, because I know he did that one with Hit Boy too. But is this the best one of the trilogy?
I think so. It's my favorite, easily. It's easily my favorite. And I would say this, like, I think Hit Boy might be the best sample and producer since Ye, and I think he might be better. Like the way he sampled this Eddie Kane track on
Clips,
Legit.
we need you. Clips, we need you on this pod. Where are you, Clips?
No, I'm telling you, bro. I think he might be the best sampling producer since Ye. And I think he may I don't know if he would be able to create as much a wider range of music as Ye has created, but Hit Boy
don't exist, huh?
But Hit Boy is just it's insane what he did with this album and what he's done. And you know, people like you and 21 Savage who just say that
I would never compare me to 21 Savage.
You skim through his music. Like, this music is incredible.
I don't skim
through it's grown man rap.
That's a lie.
It's for hip hop heads. It's for rap heads. Like, if you like the pinnacle of rap and where it started from, like when Busy B and them was back in the Bronx doing this shit. This is what hip hop comes from. Like, this is what it. And like 21 Savage, you don't get in this lane. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this lane.
Already, dog.
I don't give a fuck about your apology, Badu. Like,
this is my problem with the internet and people on the internet who care, who see shit like that. You'll see shit like that where if you don't know what we're referring to, 21 Savage went on a popular. He was in a popular Twitter Spaces. No, not Twitter Spaces. I'm sorry. What's the other one? Clubhouse. He was in a Clubhouse. Talking to I forgot the guy's name. But he basically said that Nas is irrelevant. Well, he said, I'm sorry, Nas's music is irrelevant.
He said,
but even though he gave his props to
good fan base,
and he immediately apologized. I'm not even caping. I don't even want to throw my cape for 21 because like I'm not a big 21 fan like that either. But
and 21 got bars, but it just he's not even the whole thing.
Apologize.
This is the pinnacle of rap. This is what it started from.
And then Kodak
people like
Black
Nas
got mad at him for some strange reason.
Dude, this is for people like Nas, but this King Disease 3 is my favorite one. My favorite King Disease song is Car 85. He has a track with Charlie Wilson called Car 85 on King Disease 1. It's incredible. I bought tickets. I'm going to New York in February. I'm going to see the trilogy one night at the Garden. I already know I'm about to be loaded in the Garden on a Friday night. I'm probably gonna black out for the show even come on. I'll be honest. I'm probably gonna black out for the show even fucking come on. But
This is
I'm
how
at
he
the
needs to consume
Garden.
music.
I'm gonna be in there. So any of you on the East Coast, pull up on me at the King's Disease concert, February, dead ass. Um,
Oh my god.
but no,
You
this is
wearing
my favorite
Tim's?
kid. Yeah, I'm wearing Tim's. Check out that. I'm wearing Tim's Yankee hat. Nigga, I'm gonna be New York down, dead ass. So
you are the quickest mark.
yeah.
So like Rell said, I mean I'm not like love Nas. I actually love the King's Disease one. I didn't listen to King's Disease 2 as much, I'm not gonna lie. But
That's
I definitely
crazy.
listened to one. This one I listened to. I kind of skimmed through it, but
Why you skim through this?
I don't think you want. Well, obviously, I just told you I don't listen to music like that.
Bro, I don't want to hear
you we got different priorities, bro. Um,
You act like I'm fucking playing Tetris all day. Like it don't mean that we have you got priorities, but you still have the same amount of time to listen to albums. You just it's all about. I'm not saying you're not busy. I'm just saying you pick and choose a preference. You got it in that
that's what
her.
I'm saying.
You pick you
I
have you
prioritize
worked in
what I
that
want
her
to
loss. I'm pretty
prioritize.
sure how many times you work at her loss over King Disease.
How many times have I heard her loss over King's
Yeah,
Disease?
how many times have you spun her loss compared to King Disease since they both been out a week apart?
I've listened to her loss more. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So this music is this
I don't
land of
listen.
rap ain't for
I don't
you.
want to listen to boom bap all the time.
What the fuck is boom bap?
That's the genre of Nas rap.
How many niggas you know rap like Nas? Come on, bro. Don't come
There's
on, bro.
nothing.
Come
There's
on,
nothing.
bro.
There's
Don't
nothing.
say boom bap rap and then and just try to
That's what it's called.
throw a blanket on Nas music,
I'm
bro.
not throwing. I'm not
That's
throwing.
that. No, I'm not gonna let you
I'm
get
not.
away with that.
I'm not throwing a
Don't throw a
blanket.
blanket on Nas
I'm
music.
not throwing. That's the name of
No,
the
that's
genre
what.
of
No,
music.
it's you know what I call it? Real hip hop. You call it boom bap. What the
It's
fuck?
called boom
It
bap.
sounds like some shit I like to dance on my knees to.
Clips. We needed you on this episode so bad.
Boom
Anyway,
bap. Nigga just making up shit.
that's what it's called.
It's called real hip hop.
No doubt. No doubt about that.
That's the genre.
Some of the samples that Hit Boy did, man, like I wanna what's the one with the Temptations
Legit.
sample?
It's the Temptations, nigga. What? It's the 5 Heartbeats.
He did the 5 Heartbeats and then he did another one like the it was like a OJ's one. Did he do an OJ's one or am I tripping?
Yeah, it was OJ's one. I can't think of it.
Okay. But yeah, man. Shout out shout out to Nas, another fucking awesome. He dropped basically I mean if you really want to think about it, he really dropped 2 albums in a calendar year, but it's really 3 if you really think about it. Like I said, when did Magic drop? Magic dropped in 19 or 20?
That was late 20.
2020?
I think like might have been 21.
But I thought it was like I said, I'm gonna listen to it more. I gotta, I'm doing cleaning the crib up because I'm having a big gathering for Thanksgiving. So I need some I'll be listening to some music while I'm cleaning or podcast, obviously. All right. So moving from one KD to another KD. So KD, man, Kevin Durant. Oh, why you didn't tell me to see? You usually remind me to do my not list. You didn't remind me this time.
Right.
All right. So for those who are new here, first of all, welcome. Second, I compose a not list of things that we're not talking about on the program. I kind of just talk about it and say we're not talking about even the.
Can I add one to the not list today?
Sure.
We're not talking about Blueface smoking out Lolo's Chicken and Waffles this week as he got arrested. Nigga, you stay out of Lolo's, nigga, and you bullshit. That's the spot, and you better not smoke it. I gotta call my cousin, bro, because my cousin went for Blueface. This nigga gotta stay out of my spot, bro. What is he doing over there? That is my spot.
I like how you just claimed that spot is yours.
Bro, I've been over there more than you.
That's cool.
I know the owner.
That's great.
I know the owner now. So we good. He said I could text the nigga. We pull up. We don't have to wait the extra 15.
We ain't gotta wait in that long ass line.
No, we still gotta wait. We still gotta wait because that lady gonna be wait. But when he there, we cool though. When he there, we cool.
All right. So Rell got one of the not list off. So okay, thank you, Rell. Number 2 on the not list. Gears of War is developing a live action film in development for Netflix. Rell, are you excited?
Yeah.
Did you see the mild campaign for David Bautista to play Phoenix?
He wants to play Phoenix. Like he's campaigning, but I don't want. I don't know if it. I don't know. I mean, Phoenix is kind of grim. Doesn't show much emotion. He won't have many lines.
Tell you what, he's got enough back to play him because that's all you see.
I want to see who play. Get The Rock to play Dom. That's all I want.
Get The Rock to play Dom. It's a Netflix movie, bro. What do you think Netflix?
They got Will. What are you talking about? Netflix got a bag, bro. What are you talking about?
Dude, they got Dwayne The Rock Johnson bag.
Nigga, they got Will Smith money. They got De Niro money. What are you talking about?
You know how the Rock schedule is, bro. Come on, man.
Anyway. Bro, they got Rock money. Trust me. Netflix got Rock money. If they got Chappelle money, they got Rock money.
Netflix just laid off like 20,000 people.
That don't mean that the production is stopping. That mean they just fire motherfuckers to keep the. I just watched The Crown the other day. It was good. I'm on another season of it.
I'm unsubscribed.
Hey, anyway, one last thing. Did you watch The Walking Dead season finale? Speaking of TV shows,
I haven't watched The Walking Dead. It's finally over. Series finale.
It's really over with. Good.
Dog,
watch the last couple episodes.
I'm like 3 seasons behind, so I'm not even gonna catch it. I got a confession, and this is during the not list, so I don't care. Oh well. I've been ever since the Sunday that House of Dragons ended. I've been binge watching Game of Thrones on my phone, and anytime I get like time where
is your first time watching Game of Thrones?
I'm watching Linux, huh?
Your first time watching Game of Thrones?
No, I'm rewatching. This is my 3rd time watching it over.
It's a rewatchable show.
I just pull out my phone and start watching. Like when my daughter is watching, because she's watching Encanto constantly. I just pull out and start watching. Pause. I just start watching Game of Thrones. I'm almost done though, but so it's been how many weeks? It's been almost a month since the Game of Thrones ended, right? Since
them dragons. I miss my dragons, bro.
So I've been rewatching Game of Thrones. That's where I've been at. I'm not. You know what? Make you mad? I haven't touched Atlanta. I'm like.
I'm just about to say. I'm about to say.
Atlanta, but that's because I've been watching Game of Thrones and obviously, for those who do know. The new Warzone 2 dropped, plus God of War dropped. Yeah, come on now.
How that God of War treating you?
Hey man, I'm just telling you right now. Why you think I took days off? Why you think I took some days off, dog? Anyway, all right. So this one you got to explain to me. We are not talking about. I don't know this dude's name. The man who had Aaron Judge's 60-second home run ball. Is giving it for auction and not collecting $3 million. Rell, explain this to me.
Is it probably go higher at an auction, at a public auction? Somebody's offered $3 million.
Rell,
take $3 million, but he doesn't need the money. He's somebody who doesn't need the money. I already know who caught it. He's like, no, he's filthy already. He's good. That's why he declined it. Yeah, he's not. He's not your app. He's not your app.
You know what the crazy thing about rich people is? They still love money, especially free money.
Yeah, well, when they know they can get more money, they're definitely going to try to get it.
Walking away from $3 million is crazy. I don't care.
Yeah, he don't need it though.
That's crazy.
He really don't need it.
All All right, so we're number 4. We are not talking about Fast 10's budget has increased to. Hold on. I took a screenshot of this. All right, so the new budget for Fast 10 is $340 million. So just for reference, for those who are at home, I looked this up. The biggest movie budget that we know of was Pirates of the Caribbean, Stranger Tides, which holds the record for $378.5 million. That holds the record for the biggest budget movie of all time. Fast 10, which supposedly still doesn't have The Rock in it, which is wild to me. Fuck you, Tyrese. Is getting close to the budget of that movie, which is kind of crazy. So we'll see how it comes along. I know they've been filming off and on. And then lastly, we are not talking about TMZ reporting that Scottie Pippen's ex-wife is dating Marcus Jordan. Why do people? I don't care. Like, I don't care.
Can we not talk about either the fact that Taylor Swift and Adele are charging $50,000 and $90,000 for fucking residencies out here? Who's paying this money? Who's paying $94,000? Like, if I'm paying $94,000, Taylor Swift, we're going on tour together. Like we're going on tour. I'm doing 6 shows, and you got to bring me with you. And you got to just tell my job.
Get the chance after you're done with this soliloquy, go to your Spotify app and look what album is streaming number 1.
It's Taylor Swift.
It's Bad Bunny or Taylor Swift. But I feel you. Shout out to Adele finally, doing what she needs to do to complete her residency out here, because I know she was supposed to be out here.
Oh my God.
What?
Sorry, man, but play the violin for her rich ass. Hey, come on, bro. Get out of here. Cut it out.
A lot of people was excited to see Adele. A lot of people was upset, man. I watched the news. I don't know, but you don't watch. I know you don't watch the news, but I watched the news. A lot of people was hurt that Adele's residency was postponed. All right, so we put it off now. KD time. So Kevin Wayne Durant.
That's his middle name?
Yes.
Wayne Head.
Had a shout out. By the way, I forget to do this a lot. Shout out to Chris Haynes. One of the not only
biggest shit starter in the NBA.
Biggest what?
Shit starter in the NBA.
How is he the biggest shit starter in the NBA?
Every time that motherfucker's around, some bag will come out the next day.
That's not true.
Anytime, if I'm a GM, I see Chris Haynes, I'm looking at the motherfucker like,
don't put that on.
Hey,
don't put that on, Chris.
What you doing here? Why you in LA? Who talking?
Don't put that on Chris Haynes.
I
think a lot of players trust and respect him, and they open up to him. Not only because obviously a lot of players don't really fuck with Woj. Like, a lot of the big stars don't fuck with Woj, obviously, right? Some of the
Woj is a bigot.
A lot of people don't fuck with Woj. Shams is still kind of semi-new.
He's that guy. He's family. He's that guy. Shams is that guy. He's reliable, knowledgeable, and probably the most reliable, knowledgeable.
Hey,
so he's a great follow.
What's Shams' agency?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I can't think of it right now.
He's Clutch Sports.
Wow.
Anyway, Chris Haynes, formerly of Yahoo, now with Bleacher Report and TNT, had an article where he had a sit-down interview with Kevin Durant. And I will spare you. I mean, first of all, go read it. I mean, support of Chris Haynes and Bleacher Report, because Chris Haynes does a phenomenal job of interviewing him. But let me give you guys some of the highlights of some of the stuff that he said during this interview.
Why did they say Bleacher Report instead of Chris Haynes when we know that it's Chris Haynes who does it because Turner owns Bleacher Report? Because on Bleacher Report, the website, it doesn't say Chris Haynes. It just says Bleacher Report article special.
Oh, I don't know.
But I know it was Chris Haynes who wrote that, right? I mean,
Haynes, so.
But but he Turner's on Bleacher, so
yeah.
On Bleacher Report, it doesn't cite Chris Haynes.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. um, so Kevin Durant is being asked what the reason for his trade request, right? You know, obviously this Kevin. Oh, and another thing, this whole podcast I'm probably just gonna name fucking I don't know, but disclaimer, fucking rabbit hole. Um, for those who've been asking about why I haven't started the Kevin Durant love letter thing that I promised a couple, no, not a couple, a couple
Before the
some
summer started,
months
you
ago
said it.
before the summer started. He keeps adding new shit. I can't do a fucking diary or a love letter to Kevin Durant when every fucking 2 weeks the fucking story of Kevin Durant changes, and it's no BS. So I may have to just wait on this, but it's coming. It's coming, Mr. Kevin Wayne Durant. All right. Anyway, Kevin Durant says when we're all playing like shit, you know the one person they're going to look at. That's why I requested a trade. So that was one, but this is the big one that everybody took with and ran with and led Sports Center and all the hot debate shows. This is what I didn't get. Look at our starting lineup. Ahmad Sooner, Royce O'Neal, Joe Harris, Nick Claxton, and me. It's not disrespect, but what are you expecting from that group? You expect us to win because I'm out there? So, and I'm gonna give it to you, Rel, because obviously it's just me and you anyway, so we can go back and forth about this. You put it in the chat, basically, and I don't want to put it on the LeBron scale because I'm gonna be fair to LeBron. Kevin Durant, his career is just taking this weird turn. As soon as he put the New Jersey Net jersey, I'm sorry, Brooklyn Nets jersey on, that I don't even think his trajectory is in that realm anymore. He's not in that. You know, we talk about the exclusive club. He's not. Kevin Durant's still in the club, but he's not in the cigar lounge in the back. He we thought he was gonna get entry in the cigar lounge with Mike and Magic. He ain't in there. He's still in the dancing part. He's still chilling. I just him getting told no again, and I don't care what was said. I don't care if that both sides have come to agreement that they're gonna work it out. Was just and I tried to make it a bigger point on the pod that day because I forgot somebody else was on. I think it was Jesse was trying to tell me like it's not that big a deal being told no like that. But it is a big deal because Kevin Durant is who he's supposed to be. He wants to be considered one of them. He just did his Mount Rushmore list of top 5 small
Well, I
forwards all the
mean,
time.
you think about it in the aspect that they couldn't trade him. He is one of them because they couldn't trade him. There was not enough of great. That was not a good enough return. And if you are one of those players, there's not a good enough return for a team of that caliber to trade you. Doesn't make sense.
Well, yeah, because they still thought they were a contender, but they're not a contender. The team that before the season started, and obviously Zach Lowe has been joking that this team he calls this team the Dunder Mifflins because on paper they look like a championship contender. They have all the shooting in the world, and now there's reports that Joe Harris that the Nets are willing to trade Joe Harris. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even bring up this part. Before this article dropped, there was murmurs talking about how the Brooklyn people in the Brooklyn Nets. I think how I want to word it how it was how they worded it. People in the Brooklyn Nets organization are growing frustrated with Ben's lack of availability. Hey, Rell, who do you think leaked that story? Let me ask you.
Cam Thomas.
Why do you think it was Cam Thomas?
Because you got I just don't like the way he looks. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Let me tell y'all right now, if y'all can't read between the lines, that is Kevin fucking Durant. Kevin Durant did that. I promise. Chris probably gave it to because it came from Bleacher Report. No, actually, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. It came from Shams and Sam Amick, who Sam Amick works for the Athletic, and Shams basically works for the Athletic and Stadium. So in my opinion, I think it came from Kevin Durant. If it didn't come from Kevin Durant, it came from somebody in Kevin Durant's camp, in my opinion. Where they're going frustrated with with Ben Simmons, his availability. They don't feel like he's not playing well, obviously, so that matters. They don't feel like he's getting any better. They don't feel like he fights through knick-knack injuries to stay on the court.
Ben moves like a star, in which he doesn't earn.
Yeah. So I've been talking for a while. Go ahead, Rell. But basically, that's what I wanted to say. That I feel like that report came from because that report came the same day as the Kevin Durant thing, and it almost happened like hours before, if I remember correctly, almost an hour or so before that. So in my head, I was thinking that came from Kevin Durant's camp. He probably told Sam and Shams this on DL, like, "Yo, don't put that on the record, though."
I mean, I just overall think that, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I went back and I went and looked at some, like, it did and looked back. Like, I don't know. I think this is the curse of just Brooklyn. Like, because, like, look at Mikhail Prokhorov, when his first few years in Brooklyn in the big swing. I just think that there's this bloodlust once you get in that New York market because the Knicks haven't done shit for so long that it'd be kind of like how Ballmer did with the Clippers. Like that, it's such a lust to get in that market and take the swing and take over the city because it's such a winnable city right now because basketball it's a lovable sport and that city hasn't had winning basketball in so long from either franchise, really. When you really think about it, most of that area has produced shit. So when you think about it, like, I don't know, it just seems like it's this drug that they might be fucking cursed because I don't know why all this shit is happening. And that's really what I'm boiling down to. Because I mean, from everything that Joe Tsai as an owner had, even him, like when you look into some of the shit that he does, when you look at some of the shit that he backs, it's kind of you like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't know this was all a part of this. I didn't know you was doing this. Just Google and look. That's all I'm gonna tell people to do. But it's just a crazy organization. I mean, and him coming out and throwing his teammates under the bus, it just dog shit because you can't imagine. A reason why I compared to the scale of LeBron James is because he wants to be a superstar like LeBron. He wants to be held in that aspect. You didn't leave. You left Golden State because of the notation that I believe that what Chuck said. You want to prove you can win a championship on your own, being the bus driver. And it's different. And I'm not saying that you weren't the bus driver on Step's team. I'm just saying that the shit that he's displaying now sound like, yeah, that's why I demanded a trade mid-season. It's like, bro, as your teammates, I'm not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the most important part because I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have put this on the record with Chris Haynes because obviously Chris Haynes has a job. Obviously Kevin Durant wanted this to be out because he knows what Chris was going to do with it. It was a sit down interview. I'm sure Chris is a professional. He told him, "All right, you know what this is going to sound like." If I'm Nick Claxton, I mean, if I hear these fucking quotes, I mean, real. Let's be real. Like, am I gonna set the perfect pick for you? I might not.
No, I mean, but
so let me
he contradicts himself in the same sentence because he says that he wants that he doesn't like it that he what do you expect from his lineup, but he said he enjoys what he's doing right now. Like, I don't get it. Yeah. Which one is it?
So he does have a point when Rell just said it. You're Kevin Durant. You want your name on the same plateau as all these other greats, right? And for the most part, it is. I'm being facetious a little bit, but you're gonna get the blame when you lose. You're gonna get the blame when LeBron loses in the finals, what, 5, 6 times, I think it is. Though nobody mentioned Anderson Varejao.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody mentions
Nelly said two.
Jeff.
Nobody
Nobody
asked about who
mentions
came.
Jeff
No, no,
Green or
nobody
or
asked
Mo
about him. Or
Williams
Booby.
or Larry Hughes. Like nobody's mentioning these names when you went to the final. Or give me the who they lose them. Eric Dampier, Mike Bibby. That was the team that he took to the finals and lost against the Dallas Mavericks. Nobody's mentioning those names. Nobody's mentioned those names. That you're the superstar. Those your name's gonna be attached to the losses. That's how it goes. That's the game you play. That's what
Steph got a whole 3-1.
Steph got a whole 3-1. And not to bring this about Steph, but I think even Draymond jokes about it. Like Clay, I don't really listen. I don't follow Clay or look at any Clay content like that. But I know Steph makes jokes about it. I think he had a commercial about it, joking, if I remember correctly. Draymond talks about it and jokes about it on his pod. But it's part of the gig. And for Kevin Durant to literally, you spoke about bus, throwing Nick Claxton, Joe Harris, Seth Curry, all those guys under the bus like that, mentioning their names when saying like, look at this, basically saying this, look what y'all giving me to play with. It's reminiscent. You know what it reminds me of? It's reminiscent of that fucking bullshit he did in Oklahoma City with the burner account. It's the same shit. Literally the same shit. It's like it's just him and Russ out there.
But, I mean, KD. I mean, I don't know. There's a level of immaturity that I feel like he still hasn't gotten at this point in his career. I mean, even with this interview, to me, like it just uncalled for. You just didn't need it. Like, I mean, it just a look at me.
There's a lot of more stuff going on with your team, KD. You should be trying to stay low. You should be trying to catch wins. You should be trying to stay low.
It should be. I'm just focused on the next game. But you do this think piece.
Is this the most controversial team of all time as far as storylines? I swear. I mean, between Ben, KD, and Kyrie, come on now.
Possibly. I mean, it's the most. I mean, in today's age, yeah, I think it's glory. You gotta think about the magnifying glass that's added on today compared to actual drama that was going on. I don't know when there was like, you gotta think of some of the prime Kobe Shaq years when motherfuckers was fighting each other. Like I don't think that disdain is at that level.
They were winning games though, Rell. Niggas was winning games. What? Niggas was coming to blows, but you know what they was doing when it coming to between them lines? They was kicking niggas' ass. But yeah, man, Kevin Durant, just strange. And
so if you jump, let's jump to April 13th. Where is he at? Is he on Brooklyn? Is he in the league?
I don't think you make a Kevin Durant trade during the season. I think you wait. I think you wait, especially since Kyrie coming back. I think you wait. You have anything else to say about this, or?
Nope.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. So, let me implement this now. Spoiler alert. We're going to talk about Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Spoilers are coming. If you have not seen the movie and still plan on seeing the movie, please go ahead and hit that. So if you're listening to it via podcast, you see that little 15-second little speed up thing, hit that a couple times. And hit it like 4-6 times, and maybe we'll be done talking about this. If you're watching on YouTube, just skim ahead for a little bit because we're about to give spoilers for the Black Panther Wakanda Forever 2. All right, I'm painting the picture. So I went Saturday. I usually always go Saturday to the movies. for a big movie, right? I I remember when I used to take the days off for movies. For certain movies, I used to take day off and go with the nerds. Like I want to sometimes some movies I want to go with the ones with the nerds. But I went Saturday. My crowd, I mean, the movie theater was packed. How was your movie theater? Was there black people wearing Wakanda Forever shirts?
It was a lot. No, I didn't see that. It was not many people because I mean I went to a Sunset
Oh, you went to
theater,
Sunset? Yeah, yeah,
so it's kind of like ain't nobody really going in there like that, you know.
yeah. Okay. Mine, there it was, people, beautiful black people taking pictures full in front of the posters, posting to Instagram. That's another thing too. That's another layer too. I love that. There's a lot of stuff that I find corny, and I just don't say nothing, and I just be like, whatever. Um, I do love uh our people going to see Black Panther, you know, dressed to impress, not only with African or in this case, because I did see some people with some Native American attire or some Aztec gear going into the movie
Mm.
because of Namor. Um, uh, People posting up in front of the posters, taking pictures, posting them on social. I do think that's cool. I think that's dope. Um, it always feels like it's an event on social when people, uh, want to give their quick, spoiler free, prediction, not prediction, summary of the movie without giving too much. So I do think it's a movement. A moment. I think it's a movement, and obviously did really well in the box office. I think it was the second highest grossing movie in the box office. Oh, see, I'm doing it again. Sidebar. And I know we talked about this on the previous pod. Uh, I've been to the movies twice recently. Yeah, for Black Adam and for Black Panther. They showed the same trailers twice. Um,
Yeah, we
First,
should be switching it up each time.
um, same exact trailers. I knew the order and everything off the top of my dome. It was fucking disgusting.
I hate that. I hate that.
I hate that.
I want to see new shit for especially for a movie coming out months later.
um, Obviously, first and foremost, Jonathan Majors. Obviously, it showed Creed 3, which I hope it's good because if it's
I
not,
hope
I'm gonna
that's
trash
gonna
it.
be the first
I'm
movie I
gonna
want.
trash it.
I want Michael B to lose.
I'm gonna trash it. Yeah, I'm gonna trash it.
I want
I can
Michael B
see
to
that.
lose.
I can
I
see
want
that.
Michael B to lose.
I can see that. You took my life. Um, and obviously, I don't know the name of the movie. Rell, if you remember, what's the other Jonathan Majors movies where he's playing a black pilot with a bunch of it's like Top Gunish, but in the
It's a war movie. I can't think
it's a
of
war
it.
movie.
He's getting a
He's getting a
big
bag,
push.
obviously, and then they did so Jonathan Majors had 3 trailers.
Wasn't he in Star Wars? No,
I
I'm
don't.
thinking about somebody else. There was
No,
somebody else.
no, no. You thinking about John Boyega?
Yeah.
So Jonathan Majors was in 3 of my trailers for the movies I went to go see. Obviously, he was in. They did the Creed trailer. They did the uh the um the Army Air Force trailer, and they gave us the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. But this is what I want to say. This is what I really want to say. And those who know me, I'm not dying off this hill. This is the hill I plan on staying on. You can't move me off this hill. Avatar, you're not getting my money. You're not getting it. You're
Ooh.
not getting a cent from me. I don't care about the way of the water. I don't care about how awesome your graphics looks. It's been
It's
13
just the
years since the
way
movie came
he.
out.
It's just
I
James
I
Cameron. Hold on, wait a
don't
minute.
I
Hold
don't
on, but hold
care.
on, Kevin. But
I
it's just
don't
the
care about
way
this movie.
films are going, the way these James Cameron is supposed to be shot in this movie, the way supposedly he done with how he shot. First off, nobody even know if this movie fucking existed because nobody even heard about where it was being shot at or anything like that. So nobody even knew if the movie fucking existed. But now
I
when he's
don't
doing with
care.
the water, it's supposed to be huge. And I'm not even an Avatar fan if you've not been in the air.
Um
But But I'm sold on
That's a
this.
good one.
I'm
Nice.
sold
That's
on
a nice
this.
bar. I'm not going. You're not getting a cent from me. I don't care. I will. I just don't care. I don't care about this franchise. A couple weeks ago, I saw that it was rumored that if I have this Avatar and Avatar 3 flops, that they will be making no more Avatar. There'll be no Avatar 4. I hope this movie flops. Um, and when I say flop, I hope it underperforms. I don't. I hope whatever they paid for said budget, it's under that, and that's just where I'm at. They're not getting any money from me. All right, so the crowd I went to go see the movies with was a mixture between cash and I don't want to say super fans, but people who obviously are invested in the MCU and care about these characters, and especially Chadwick Boseman. Um, do you want? How do you want to do this? I don't want to just do a summary of the movie. Do you want to just do pros and cons? Because
Yeah.
okay, biggest pro, Angela Bassett was fucking incredible.
Can I double down on something on that for her? If she does not win her first Oscar, because they play with us, because here's the thing though, and this way I do to black people. We got to start boycotting these awards. Like we got to boycott the Grammys. We got to start boycotting the Oscars. If Angela, and I don't know about Black Panther's gonna get a Best Picture nod, because I don't know how films are really
I
shaping
think
this
it
year.
is.
I
I,
don't
I
know,
read an
but
article on
it could. It could.
I forgot where I read it.
It's a shitty year for film, so it
That's what I
could.
said. It's no. That's basically what they said. Vanity. I wrote an article on Vanity where they were talking about um, nobody's running away with supporting actress. Like there's no clear
She
cut.
should get a nod. And if she doesn't, after they
Yeah,
robbed her for Hustler Got a Groove Back, and what's love got to do with that? We're not
and
going to no more
and
Oscars.
and and the last time she did get a nod was for what's love got to do with where she played Tina Turner.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
And they robbed her. She didn't get it.
And
Yeah,
she
she didn't
didn't
get
get
Best
it.
Picture.
She I think,
Schindler's List. Schindler's List.
and I'm not just saying this as a fan of. First of all, she looked incredible. I
Oh,
don't remember what
Ramonda.
age she is,
Woo!
but
Ramonda.
Angela, she can get it. Um,
Woo!
I
Ramonda.
so let me state this point too, because I might make this a clip. So here we go. I was the only one because I remember Jesse. We talked about when we did our Black Panther 1 review, however many moons that was. I was the only one on this podcast that said I felt like Angela Bassett was underutilized in the movie. I felt like she was heavily underutilized in the movie. I feel like
She served the role, I think.
I feel like they could have gotten somebody else with not the actress chops, with the name, with the cachet, with the star power of Angela Bassett to play that. They didn't have to get Angela Bassett. I just felt like, again, the role she did do in that movie, she was great. Obviously, I just felt like she was underutilized, and that has nothing to do with her. I just feel like obviously they were It wasn't. It wasn't our first introduction to Black Panther Chadwick Boseman because that was in Civil War, obviously, but it was his first standalone, so they wanted to set up a lot of stuff with him. Obviously, Shuri at the time, who we didn't know. Um, uh, Lupita's character, which I forget her name off the top of my head. Um, um, yeah, so I felt like she was underutilized in the first Black Panther. Now, she stole, snatched, ripped away, destroyed any scene that anybody else that was in the scene with her. She took it. That was her scene. You just gonna have to ride the coattails of me in that scene. And obviously, that throne room scene was just it when she was basically banishing what's her name's character. See, this is the only thing with me. I'm gonna forget people's names, and I'm gonna forget people's characters, and people are gonna get mad at me because I don't remember. No, not Siri, nigga. Um. Uh. OKK? Is that how you say her name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When she was giving OKK the business, basically telling her like, "Yo, like, you got to turn in your spear. Like, you lost my daughter." But said it in the most queenish Angela Bassett way with the screaming, with the tear coming down her eye. I damn near stopped and gave a standing O in the theater. My girl Carolyn had to like pull me down. I was like, "Stop, stop! Don't be that one person in the theater. Stop." Um. Rell, if you have anything, I have a lot of thoughts. So if you want to feel free to stop me.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean,
that was my biggest pro.
My biggest pro overall was the fact that how they pulled off. I would say one of the hardest first 15 minutes of a movie I've ever had to experience in my life.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing too. Good job by that. Yeah.
I think the first 15 minutes of this movie, like I'd never been
Some people didn't like how they did it though. But I was like, how else was you gonna do it?
I never been punched in the gut so hard where it just, and I don't even know if it was just
didn't cry
the energy.
Didn't cry, didn't tear up, didn't get misty at that point. I can tell you where I got misty, but I didn't get. Everybody in the movie, it was misty off rip. But I was
that was
like
I held up, it choked me a little bit. Where I got misty was at the end, at the very very end of the movie when she was sitting on the beach, and so that's when I got. That's
I
when
didn't
I
get misty there neither. But
okay. but I mean it just felt so heavy. Like I just didn't know how I don't know. I have a hard time with grief. But like this movie overall, like it really fucked me up because it was like, I kind of saw myself in Siri a lot, like how angry she was. And I'm gonna jump into spoilers because we already talked about it here. And how Siri had that fire in her, and how Killmonger had to come see her and that she saw fire. And then when Chadwick Boseman came and his dad came to visit him,
By the way, thank you. Let me thank the people that I do follow on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you. And for the people that went on Thursday night, the people that went on Friday, the people that went 2 days ahead of me, I want to say thank you to everybody on my timeline that did not spoil the Killmonger appearance in the movie for me. Thank awesome. You. I want to literally thank you guys for not doing that for me. Because when it happened, it was one of those movies. You know what it was, Rell? I can tell you the last time I had one of those moments because it was completely unexpected. I didn't see it.
Me either.
I was glad that it happened. I follow a lot of MCU
base content,
new stuff, like new stuff where they give you like, oh hey, they're working on this, they're talking to this actor
or this person's in this movie.
Yeah,
I knew about all.
I follow a lot of that shit, right? I didn't see any of that for this movie. Either. I didn't see anything a whiff. And then the fact that we all know that Michael B is where he's not only acting in Creed 3, but he's directing Creed 3. So in my head, I'm like, oh, he's way too busy to do anything with Black Panther. That's how my head went. I was like, he's way too busy to be doing anything Black Panther. But the fact that he was in... Okay, so digress again. The last time I felt like that was The Dark Knight.
I remember.
When we saw Harvey Two-Face, Harvey Dent, and he turned into Two-Face. When that was completely expected. That was the last time. That was the last time that happened.
Niggas almost tore the theater up that night.
Yeah, that was the last time where it was like, oh no.
They almost had to pause this shit.
Oh, this movie about to be over, man. This shit's a wrap. They got the Joker, man. Joker, this shit about to be over with. And it's like, what? They giving this Two-Face too?
You're like, and at that point, you're like, where can this movie go? Like, and you know what? When movies start hitting you with that late,
I love
you think is that it's like, then you're like, nah, where you put your head, you're like, okay, I don't even know where this movie can go. And that's why I felt about Black Panther. Is like, there was a one point, and I'll get to my two things I didn't like about it. Like
Yep.
the two things I didn't like about it is I felt
You
like it
want to
was
get to
done.
the wait. So we're going to cons already? Can we? You got any more pros?
Okay, I got a couple more pros there. So I love the
Okay.
lighting and how Ryan Coogler shot it. I love the soundtrack to the story. I love the feeling. Like I said, it was,
Yes, the Rihanna's song that everybody was hyping up, and look, I don't want to kill the song. The song's great, perfect for the movie.
mm-hmm,
And this is when music needs context. When
mm-hmm.
the song just dropped, everybody was calling it mid. It was like we waited for this for Rihanna. Not only does
It fits.
the video, yeah, not only does it fit, but the visuals. Once you see the video that she did for it, it all makes sense for the movie. It's perfect.
Shout
Go
out to
ahead. I'm sorry.
Tim's.
Shout out to Tim's.
But I mean, like just visually, I think it was great. I love the Namor character. And we from to Thuntaran, where was he from? Um, uh,
I don't know.
what was I can't Talakan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
call it don't drop that Thuntaran is what I call it.
okay.
Namor, but they had to change it too because he was actually originally from Atlantis, but they didn't want to have the whole DC kind of smosh posh, so they
Right.
switched it to this fucking weird ass name. But I like the Namor character. He's honestly one of my favorite villains. Only issue I got, and this is going to jump to the end overall for the movie, but just fuck it, this is how I'm just going off of it, is that he lives, and we should have killed him.
I think that's everybody's con because that's where I'm at too.
We not playing. You brought your ass over here. You killed Ramonda.
You killed Mama.
You killed. So Siri has lost her dad, her brother, and her mother all within 3. She's fucking. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What the hell is this about? Death. We said I don't understand with Siri. Siri, you saw Killmonger on the other side. You saw Killmonger.
Right. I know a lot of people were upset. Obviously, at the ending. I mean, I'm not saying Rell just basically said it. I was upset at the ending too. Because motherfuckers was dying, and then both of y'all motherfuckers pull up on the ship, holding by my hand. We not fighting no more, y'all. We not fighting no more. Everything's good. I know a lot of people were upset that Shuri just basically brought a fucking microwave or a fucking air fryer to make this nigga weaker so she can whip his ass.
Out. She dried him out.
She brought a fucking air fryer, nigga.
And she burned him. Yeah.
Oh, since we're already in cons, too many fucking X's. Too many fucking Wakanda X's in the movie for me. The beginning of the movie. Casket. Wakanda X. I get it. Cool. When the shit gets beamed up in the fucking ship, how does everybody know to be in sync doing this?
I mean,
how does everybody know to be in sync doing
have
this?
done that. Nations have done that.
This nigga said nations have done that.
Yes, nations have done that.
Niggas ain't doing the Wakanda X while
they salute
the casket of the king is getting beamed
armies
up
have done it. This is a country, bro. This is how it would have been. You know.
Anyway, Shuri, literally, fucking Namor's final fucking blow was her saying, having her shit blow up. Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
Too many fucking Wakanda X's. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Too many Wakanda fucking forever X's. And then we're missing the biggest fucking thing right here. This is one of the biggest cons, and I loved her too. Ree Williams. What was the purpose in this movie?
Ironheart?
Yeah, what was the purpose of this movie?
They're bringing in the whole.
Like this movie.
Hold on, because Ryan Coogler's doing the show. He's doing 2 Disney Plus shows.
I know. I don't know if is Ryan Coogler doing.
He's Disney in Plus one show? Of them. The Ryan Coogler's doing Disney Plus shows. He got a bag.
I got to look that up because I'm not sure if she's doing that show. I know she's getting a show. I don't know if Ryan's behind the show.
Ryan's doing 2 Disney Plus shows.
I gotta verify that.
It's facts.
My point is, I feel like her character could have been. I feel like you could have taken her out of the story, and the story stays the same for the most part.
I didn't like her the part. I didn't like her as a comedic genius. Like, you know, her talking shit. Like, am I being recruited? And then like, oh, look over like some of this
I mean, obviously that part was funny and that part was cool because hearing everybody have the Wakanda accent the entire movie. Um, I just feel like you could have plopped her out of the movie and you wouldn't have took a whole lot out of the movie. I did like Elaine in the movie, obviously, to set up for what she's setting up for Secret Wars or um um I can't think of the other movie. The Thunderbolts.
Mm.
I did like that. I did enjoy that. Another to me, and again, this is me. Another underutilized character, Umbaku, who was another standout star for me in the first
Winston
movie.
Duke.
I feel like he didn't get a lot of shine in this movie. Um, the parts he did get, I did enjoy. Obviously, when he thought Namor was just a punk and went up to him was like, "Let's go kill this motherfucker now," and he ran up on Namor and got that one punch and fucked his life up. Yeah, it's like, yeah, nigga, watch out. I did enjoy that the MCU finally got to say the word mutants
Newton, yeah.
in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that very much because it's been so long. Obviously, everybody knows what
I got a few questions since I don't want to.
Um,
I
this is my final thing too, and I know you're gonna get upset with this, but I don't care. Um, this is the difference between, in my opinion, this is the difference between Disney, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and fucking DC. How Marvel did underwater is the right way to do underwater. That Aquaman shit that they were doing underwater, you could tell that shit was low budget. Lower. I don't want to say low budget.
no, it
You
was
could
the
tell
same
that
shit.
shit. You could tell that shit was lower budget. I promise you could tell. I'm not no visual expert. I promise I'm not. But the difference between cinematics, between that budget, which is Disney, and that budget is whole different. How they did the underwater was a whole lot better in the MCU than how they did fucking Aquaman. And I'm gonna just say it, leave it at that. Now go ahead and ask your questions, dog.
So we can wrap. I mean, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions since you were MCU head. Why did not any of the Avengers attend the funeral?
Uh,
Because I know Steve is in space, but where's Bucky at? Bucky didn't attend, and him and Black Panther had a real close relationship.
they did. I I don't have a real good answer for that, but basically, maybe. Well, they talked about it in the first Black Panther. How death for them is just like a stepping point for new life. That's why his Chadwick's funeral was really a fucking celebration,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, obviously a funeral is a funeral for Bucky because obviously he was at, I guess you can call it a funeral for what they did for Tony Stark when they let the reef go in the water at the end of Endgame. Was that Endgame? Yeah, Endgame. Um,
Captain
uh,
America is still in space, correct?
I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at. All I know is from what they saying everybody coming back for Secret Wars and the other one.
But
So.
then I'm like, okay, why is them? I was like, why is nobody? Second question. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I was kind of disappointed that no Avengers were at the wedding. Second question: how did Namor and them? If Wakanda has a forbidden land, how did they break? How did they breach Wakanda land underwater? Is it because they're the only one that what is it called? Vibranium? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, they have vibranium, but I don't
They
think
are
it
the
has
same
nothing.
one.
I just think that Wakanda wasn't thinking of any intruders coming from water. They were just thinking about above and people that were just walking and stumbling across their land. I don't think they had the same protections underwater that they had above. That would be my guess.
But that was my last question. But overall, I just think this movie is I think it just is deeper, especially I just want to say this last, especially in a black community. Like there's grief along the way that in black community, a lot of people don't know how to deal with grief. I didn't know how to deal with grief. Should I feel like I'm still dealing with to this day? With the loss of my grandma. So just this during this holiday time of the year too, it's always tough at the time of year for me. So it always just talks about now, like as my grief, I turned it to anger. Like I was angry as fuck. And I felt serious pain. And I feel like a lot of people need to see this because I think it's more than a movie. And just the eerie feeling of Chadwick Boseman's death, of when she
Oh,
tried to save him,
yep.
like she was trying to save a chemical, but he got sick and nobody knew what it was. Like it just I guess it kind of helps you understand that you got to go on. Like
Yeah.
I think that like that you can like there was a point in the movie where she was like where Ramona walked up to her and she told her it's been a year, and she takes Siri out to this pasture because it had been a year since Prince T'Challa had died, and she sits her down and she's talking about like how sometimes she can feel T'Challa's hand on her touching her, and she's saying like no, that's just your and Siri was saying like no, that's just your mind making you believe things in order to make yourself feel better about shit, because she wouldn't even believe like in the beginning of the movie she was praying to the actual to the chick who was in Thor
Love and
Thor
Thunder.
Love and Thunder, the shoot the god. She was praying to her because remember Siri doesn't even believe in gods, and so it was just like it's a whole complex. There was a point where after my grandma died, I didn't know. I was like why would God make my grandma suffer? Like there's a lot of the worst shit that can happen in this world, but that was that was a terrible way to think because she was never suffering, and we got to think about things like that. And I guess in order to keep yourself positive, in order to move along the way. And I guess this movie was a real big stepping stone to me because I really feel like it's a reflective of everything with truth and like the fine line that it walked. I feel like it tightroped it enough to make you feel and understand that somebody actually died. Not only in the movie but in real life, and they capture that because sometimes you kill people off when when the budget isn't right, but it's not the first time somebody actually died and the movie actually went on. Well, not the, I may not be the first time, but it's
It's
one
not
of
the,
the
I would say
rare.
it's not the first time.
Yeah, it's one of the few times that I've noticed that somebody have died in such a major movie. Well, man, I don't know how many $100 million people, get $100 million for a budget like this that people die on like that. So,
Um, well said. Uh, in basically, I echo everything you said. I one more last thing, and I did love the way that they went about portraying his death in the movie, and they still kept that he died of a disease
mhm.
like he did in real life. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was great storytelling. I thought that was great writing. Um, I also liked that they chose to have all the main characters of the movie talk about what Chadwick's death meant to them through different points of the movie instead of having it all at once.
Mhm.
Um, uh, I
We
thought
gonna
that
get
was
to
well done. Um,
Prince
uh,
T'Challa,
huh?
T'Challa Jr.
I mean, obviously, I don't mean like we're talking about spoilers, obviously, but T'Challa Junior. I mean, I was a little upset about that as well, to be honest with you, but I get it. I mean, I that you could tell. I mean, obviously, they're setting up some shit, but that was obviously a moment for Sherry because I'm sure in that moment she felt like, not felt like, but all her family is gone. Literally, her entire family is gone now, and it's just her. But now she knows that it's not just her. It's she does still have some part of Chadwick.
Why wasn't he at the funeral?
They didn't want him to feel the pressures of the crown. That's what they said. Um, but yeah, man. Like Rel said, I think everybody should go out and see this movie if you haven't already. Um, the movie's not perfect. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of other plot holes. Like I'm sorry, Namor. He could have done some more push-ups before he got this actor role because they showed his back a whole lot, and he looked like he missed back day a lot. Um, but um, an awesome, awesome, awesome send off, awesome tribute to the late great Chadwick Boseman. Um, Disney, I feel like Disney did it right. Um, I feel like Ryan Coogler did it right. Um, it's going to be interesting to see how this story is going to continue with obviously the war um, between vibranium because for the whole time we thought only the Wakandans have vibranium. Like the whole movie about Black Panther 1 was based around them trying to protect excuse me, protect vibranium and not let it get into fall into the wrong hands. But now we know another civilization owns vibranium, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out throughout the rest of the MCU and through the Disney Plus shows. Um, all right, man, I'm cool. Unless you got something else to say,
No, I said I'm good. We got everything. That was awesome.
I
I
think
just
we
think
we
everybody
got
go see the
everything in.
movie.
Everybody should go check out the movie, man. So let me say thank you, thank you, thank you for everybody that's checked out our podcast. We appreciate you. We love you, especially for those who listen to the podcast when you're riding on the bus. Shout out to you. Shout out to you if you're traveling this week and you listen to us. Shout out to you if you're working, if you're sitting at your desk, listen to us. We appreciate you guys or watching us and checking us out on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. A lot of you guys still aren't subscribed. And please, 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 it helps the pod go a long way. So for me, Kay, that's Rel. We're those millennials, and we're out.